So, looking at my still life, hopefully you'll be looking at the real thing, not a photograph, but let's work with this for now. I began by dreaming into it. I started to look at the different aspects of my ancestry still life, my grandmother, my aunt, objects that belong to my mother, and I started to dream into the different kinds of things that I could possibly find to make this interesting. So the idea is that you collect as many items as possible. I happen to have quite a lot of stuff because I am a visual arts teacher and a process arts facilitator. So I love collecting things. What is other people's rubbish is artists' gold. You don't have to go out and buy a whole lot of stuff. You can use what you have at home. What you don't have, you can draw or you can paint, etc. So it doesn't have to be an expensive exercise. Hopefully I'll inspire you though with some of my items. So what you would have done is drawn your still life. In fact, you're actually going to need a replica of that as well, because if you're going to cut out different objects to use as a stencil, you're going to lose your original. So make sure that you have done a second tracing of your artwork and cut out your different shapes. So for example, here is my vase, here is the frame of the photograph, and you'll have your shapes handy. So once you've dreamt into your still life and thought about what kind of objects are going to feel nice or look nice, what kind of colors do you want, you can start collecting. So I have various pieces of interesting wrapping paper, sequins, buttons, and I have different cords. Certain pieces of gold paper can be sweetie wrappings or anything like that. And you may even want, depending on your still life and what your materials are, you may want, I don't know, doilies. Serviettes make beautiful tissue paper editions, stickers. I went and decided to get an old map, which I've been cutting up to use with mine. And then very excitingly, I actually decided I want to include photographs of my grandmother, my aunt, my mother, and cut those up. So you might want to take some photocopies of your family. And I even found a birth certificate of my mother's, which I photocopied, because why not use writing in a collage? So I've collected all sorts of things that have the feel of the collage that I want to create. And my next step is to take the various shapes. For example, I have a gold frame, and draw around the particular shape and cut them out. So that's a way to start. Then you basically move the shapes around, and you may have to try different things. Maybe that color doesn't work, maybe you have to cut out another one. It's a little bit of trial and error, and actually a beautiful process. So that is going to be your next step. Cut out your shapes, to try them on your different materials, and spend some time in this. It's actually, if you've chosen a sensitive subject like ancestry or family, you may want to take a long time looking into things and searching for things and finding things. So it can be something that is really nourishing for the soul. So I'd like you to enjoy the next process. Don't rush it. Collect what you can, and what you can't find, just draw or paint. And I will see you back here to have a look at how to put this collage together. Enjoy yourself.